Hello, there we go. Okay, how are we doing tonight? Yeah, awesome. Okay, a few housekeeping rules for our Bru Florida Growler show. Welcome, everyone. Please silence your cell phones. If you haven't paid for tickets yet, you can still pay for tickets at the bar. We're trusting you. I believe in you. This is how I pay the comics. Awesome. If it's not cell phones, bathrooms are over there. There's technically one right here. It's super awkward if you use it, though. I don't know how we get around that in the show. So use one of the two over there. Other than that, I hope you all have a great evening. Anyone out here on a date? One? Wow. You know, sometimes I ask, like, hey, is anyone single? And that's when I feel alone. But this is where, no, just leave me hanging on that. Now, while I'm happy for you, everyone else, you're going to relate to the rest of my set very well. Yeah, so I hate being single over the holidays, and we're very close to Valentine's Day. Doesn't that suck? Yeah. It looks like there's a lot more couples in here than were willing to reveal themselves earlier. I'll be honest. When you guys all said, yeah, that does suck, that felt like you weren't relating to me so much as pitying me. I'm just saying. But it sucks being single over the holidays. I was talking to my sister and brother-in-law, and they were like, hey, James, what are your plans for New Year's Eve, you know? And I was like, oh, man, I'm not going to be doing anything. And they were like, oh, that's perfect, because we were going to go to this party out of town. And I was like, oh, that's wonderful. I'd love to go. And then they were like, oh, no, we just wanted to know if you could watch our dog. I was like, oh, man, you know, that's my bad. I shouldn't be trying to invite myself to a party where I'm probably not even going to know anyone. And they were like, oh, well, actually, you would know some people there. It's going to be everyone from volleyball. Everyone from volleyball? Well, then why wasn't I invited? Well, we're trying to keep it to a tight 8. 8 isn't tight. 9 is just as tight as 8. Listen, James, we really got to get someone to watch this dog. There's going to be fireworks. She's going to be all alone and anxious. Well, gee, guys, that's really considerate of the dog's feelings. So, thanks for that. I didn't watch their dog for New Year's, but then as Valentine's Day is coming up, they changed their strategy. Now I get a call, and it's like, hey, James, would you like to watch our dog this Valentine's Day so that you're not completely alone this year? So I got Tuesday night plans. That's exciting. That was much more effective at working. Oh, man, so I was on a dating site. I was swiping through when I came across this beautiful woman with a bunch of tattoos. And she would have been perfect, too, if it wasn't for, like, the tiniest of swastika tattoos. Yeah, you guys know how it is when you see a perfect 10, but then she has a swastika tattoo, and it drops her all the way down to a 7. Yeah. For some people, only as low as a 9. Yeah. That joke's not worth it. That deserves some thrones. You're right. We made the right call. But no, you know, it didn't seem like a total lost cause, right? Because she wasn't white, and that's kind of like, I think that's like a prerequisite to being a white supremacist, right? So I thought, like, maybe this is like a Buddhist swastika, or a Hindu swastika. Because that symbol actually means different things in different parts of the world. And when I looked closer at the tattoo, it turned out to be a Charles Manson tattoo. So not exactly the religion I was hoping for. Weird thing was, underneath the Charles Manson tattoo was a tattoo of Scar from The Lion King. I don't know why. It's like, in what order did you get these tattoos? Do you think like she started with Scar and was like, man, I'm such a badass having a tattoo, and then was like, everyone, that's a Disney villain tattoo, no one cares about that. It's like, okay, let me go with my second idea. Or do you think like she got the Charles Manson tattoo and think, I need to slow things down a bit. I need to just chill, need to relax. Scar from The Lion King, that's a lot of fun. People will see I have a whimsical side. Who knows? She never swiped back on me, so it was like very one-sided. We'll never know. I'm sorry. Another person who's single, my roommate, she recently broke up with her boyfriend because she found out that he was cheating on her with 5 different women. Yeah. And now he's stalking her, which is kind of ridiculous because the whole charm of having a stalker is that they only have eyes for you. Right? Like when I'm stalking a lady, she's my one and only, right? She's gonna find notes of affirmation in her purse. She's gonna get candid photos of her looking great out in public. You see those Instagram photos where with friends? where they look great in public and they're not even looking at the camera, they have a stalker. Who cares? But this guy could just be like following other women on the side. Like, what a scoundrel, a philanderer. How dare he? Like, ladies, imagine you're in the parking lot tonight. You're walking out to your car, and some guy jumps out from behind you, grabs you, drags you to his car, and when you get there, there's already some other woman tied up in the back seat. Yeah. Wouldn't you just feel underappreciated? Yeah. I sure would. Yeah, but we should have known he was a bad guy from the start, because he was always really confident when he talked to the opposite sex. And I feel like the only reason people are really confident when they hit on other people they don't know is because they know they're going to be the crazy one in that relationship. Right? Like, ladies, if you're talking to a guy, he might seem like a genuinely nice guy, but you always got to keep it in the back of your head that he might try to physically harm you one day. And guys, if you're talking to a girl, she might seem kind of nice, but you always got to keep it in the back of your head that she might try to say something that'll cause you to physically harm her one day. Yeah, so you see, we all have things to be concerned about. I feel terrible for saying it, but I'm so proud of myself that it worked. I tried getting advice from a YouTube pickup artist, you know, and his advice was just keep on asking out random women until eventually one of them says yes. That roughly 1 in 50 will say yes. That is a 2% success rate. That's very small. Like, to give you an idea of how small that is, consider that Stockholm Syndrome affects roughly 8% of the population. Okay, no, I'm not saying you should like kidnap women in place of asking them out. I'm just saying that's what the data supports. A better way I find is to have gay guys hit on me though. Because when gay guys hit on me, I can see what kind of moves work and what doesn't work, right? Like if a guy is super aggressive, kind of handsy, that makes me feel uncomfortable. So I shouldn't try to do that with women, right? But if a man compliments my eyes, that makes me feel great. I walk away feeling wonderful. That makes my week. And it's such an easy way to like break the ice with someone, is just to compliment their eyes. Like you, ma'am. Can I just say that you have very expressive and honest eyes? It's a joy to watch you smile. Yeah, see? That gets a chuckle. She's a little embarrassed. Her boyfriend is pissed. But I don't know what you're mad about. You got those dreamy, gleaming eyes yourself. I mean, see, now he wants to fuck me too. Maybe I'm not going to be alone this Tuesday. We'll talk, you two. We'll make this work. One of my friends, she tried to hook me up with one of her gal pals, and to do this, because they're very socially liberal, they wanted to go to this gay club that they frequented. And when we got there, the two women in our party ordered drinks and then immediately went to the restroom. So now me and this other guy had to watch their drinks, as if anyone was going to do anything to their drinks at the gay bar. But as we're standing there, I'm thinking, oh no, now that the girls are gone, all these gay guys are going to hit on me. And I'm going to feel really uncomfortable. And it turns out the only thing more uncomfortable than having a bunch of gay men hit on me is having a bunch of gay men hit on my more attractive friend standing next to me. It wasn't even just the gay guys, it was like the trans people. It was the straight women who came to the club just to dance. I was getting passed up by the entire Kinsey scale. And what really hurt was, we were talking, he was laughing at my jokes. Why didn't they think he was with me? Was this guy so far out of my league that they just thought they could roll up and take my man from me? I was so upset, I chased one of these gay guys out of the bar screaming, hey, you get back here and compliment my eyes this instant. He did not, as I am an ugly crier. I wish I wasn't, but sometimes people are pretty criers, I don't know. I had a gay friend in high school, and if you've ever been in high school, you know how insecure high schoolers can be, So he would always walk around with these things called Bermuda shorts. Anyone know about Bermuda shorts? Yeah, a few people? Okay, so if you don't know, they're like these really tight, very effeminate shorts, right? They were very colorful. I thought if we were hanging out and he was talking to me and he was wearing those shorts and people saw us, maybe they would think I was gay too, which is the last thing I wanted in high school. So I thought of something. Next time I see him, I thought of a joke that maybe I'd tell him, then maybe he'd stop wearing the shorts. So he comes up to me, he's like, hey James, what's going on? I was like, hey buddy, do they call those things Bermuda shorts? Because when you put them on, your penis disappears? Yeah, it's a Bermuda Triangle joke about his penis. He didn't like it either. I'm sorry, I always gotta try that joke. You know, it's like my father always says, you miss 100% of the shots that you take, you failure. Anyways, I am actually really happy that people are generally a lot more socially accepting of people's sexual orientation these days. I think that's wonderful. However, no one cares about each other's kinks. Like, people are violently disgusted when they hear about their friend's kink and it doesn't line up with anything they're about. Like, furries get it rough. And not just because, like, they dress up like dogs. But, like, imagine, you know, it's like $1,000 for one of those costumes. It's $80 for the convention tickets. It's another $180 for the plane ticket there. Don't ask how I know the prices. And you pay all that just so you don't have to fuck an actual koala. You know? That's called being responsible. And everyone just gives you crap about it. Some women like to be choked. And that's fine, I have no problem with that. I do have some concerns. Like, suppose I was with someone, you know, fingers crossed, and I was with someone and I choked her a little too hard and she stopped breathing. That would be terrifying, right? The only thing scarier than that would be like if 10 minutes later she woke up screaming in the trunk as I'm driving off to the Everglades. Like, hear me out. Like, on the one hand, I'm gonna be relieved, right? Hey, she's alive, this is great. But on the other hand, is she gonna be cool about it if I pop the trunk? Like, situations reversed, we would get that she would probably do the same thing, right? Well, we both have to go down, we both have to lose our lives tonight. Boundaries, right? You didn't say the safety word. I mean, you were gagging at the time, but... All right. Are you guys ready for your next comic? All right. Please give a warm welcome to the stage, Davis Sutton.
One more time for James, guys. Give it up for him.